So welcome to the beautiful Berwick Springs Lake here down in Narre South. So there's a little issue going on down here in Berwick Springs that we're just going to tell you a little bit today what's happening, and then I'm going to show you something interesting just around the corner, and then we're going to hear from some local residents. But what the issue is down here in Berwick Springs is on the 9th of November last year, 7 government state members of parliament turned up at our Berwick Springs Lake and they renamed it Guru Nanak Lake after an Indian Sikh born in 1469. Now, we don't have any issue with the Sikh community. We know all the great work they do. The issue is the state government never consulted the local community. So the decision was made in August 2022, and for a 2-year period until last November 2024, they actually told no one. And we're a really proud multicultural community, and by changing this name, it's created a lot of angst and division in the community. And a lot of people are asking why. Why did they change the name? And why didn't they consult me? And the funny thing about this issue is that this is a state precedent, and this has got ramifications for all Victorians. So as we talk to some of the local residents, you'll hear how they feel about this, and we'll explain to you how this is going to impact all of you in Victoria at some point or another. So we're just standing here in front of what I call the rotunda here at Berwick Springs Lake, and this used to be really overgrown with a lot of green foliage covering it, and the council not that long ago just trimmed it all back, and they exposed something that probably a lot of locals don't have any idea actually exists. So the state government argues that the Berwick Springs Lake never had a name. So I'm just going to take you back a little way, back to 1997, about a quarter of a century. And this was rezoned, this area, to residential property by Robert McClelland, and it was opened up by him, Robert McClelland, the planning minister, in 1997. And you might be able to see there, it's called Berwick Springs. So when the government says it doesn't have a name, that's 1997. So I wonder what Robert McClelland, as a planning minister, would think about Sonia Kilkenny, another planning minister from the state Labor government, a quarter of a century later, changing the name without any community consultation. But if we go back beyond 1997, the name The Springs goes back to 1855. So some of you local to the area will know the famous cheese factory on Centre Road. Well, that was built by a fellow called William Clark in 1855, and he owned all this land. And all this land, he named his property The Springs after the natural springs on this property. And in 1903, Edwin Greaves, which is Greaves Road here in Narre South and Berwick, 1903, he built a homestead. It's on the hill up there. 1903, when he bought this land, and he called his property The Springs, also after the natural springs here. So the name The Springs, and later when it was rezoned Berwick Springs Lake, was always known as The Springs. So when the government argues this area never had a name, it's actually been known as The Springs in Berwick for 170 years, right back to 1855. To our Victorian community, that history is important, and our history is important. Our history tells us who we are, where we came from, and where we're going. And this is a state precedent, as I mentioned before. And under this program, Remember a Local, Name a Place, there are going to be thousands of places renamed. What we don't know is what's next and when, but what we do know is it's going to come to a community near you. On behalf of our community, and your community as well, all we're asking you to do here at Berwick Springs is to please like, subscribe, and share our YouTube videos. Join us on Facebook and follow our Facebook page if you can. At the end of the day, down here in Berwick Springs, we believe that all Victorian communities deserve to be respectfully consulted on local issues that affect them, and that's the right way to do it. Consultation is always the right way to do it. It's up to us, Victoria. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to the Berwick Springs community. We all play a part in this. We need to let all Victorians know what's happened down here in Berwick Springs, and it's up to us to like, subscribe and share, and let all Victorians know how they can get involved and join us on our Facebook page. Thank you.